Hey, my name is Lauren O'Connell and my videos help you to stylize your perfect skincare wardrobe. Today, I'm going to share with you my Nuface routine in real time. I get so many questions about Nuface. I thought, why not just show how I actually use it? Doing a full treatment on my skin. This is what I do every single morning. In theory, last 2 weeks haven't been so great because of Christmas and holidays and just a lot of stuff going on. We just moved, and actually I have new neighbors. So they just moved in, and if you hear drilling in the back of this video, it's not this thing that's making crazy noises. It's some sort of construction thing going on. I have my sliding door open though because it's hot and I just need some air. So it is what it is. You may also hear a lot of kids yelling. That's because we're one of those families that all the kids want to come to our house and hang out. So at any given time, there's usually between 6 to 10 children at least in this house. So I'm just going to keep going though. And the first thing I do when I use my Nuface is I wash my skin. The skin needs to be cleansed, and it needs to be with a non-oil cleanser. Think about it. Oil is going to create a barrier on the skin and the currents won't be able to penetrate through. So I'm using my favorite cleanser. This is the Dermalogica Intensive Moisture Cleanser, and I will be back in a hot second. Face is completely clean now, and I left it just slightly damp, but not much, just to help absorb the conducting gel. Now, when you use a Nuface, it's really important that you use a conducting gel. This is going to help those microcurrents stimulate your muscles. You can't just use aloe vera. I've been asked that a few times on both my YouTube and on Instagram. Nope, you can't use aloe vera. It won't work the same. Now, one thing I've learned with this is you need to apply a healthy, generous amount of the gel. Because if you don't, you will get little zings and they feel like little electric shocks and they hurt. Not crazy hurt, but they do hurt, they sting. So make sure you do that. Put on the device, press the power button. I use the full throttle and wait for that first beep. It should be coming in real time. What is going on? Oh, there it goes. So I do 3 sets of 3. And once it beeps, I go on to the next area. And I'm just following the guide that I had gotten with my Nuface. And this is the Nuface Trinity. This one allows you to use other attachments. And I do have the Ele attachment, which is made for the under eye area and the lips. Oh, you see that? I just stung myself because I went a little bit too far. It just kind of makes you jump. All right. Was that 2 or 3? I think that was 2. So I'm just gonna, all right, there we go. So much for a tutorial, huh? Ooh, I can feel it stinging and I don't have gel like right there. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off and put the gel on the other side of my neck. When you're doing the neck, you want to make sure that you avoid doing your thyroid. So do not put the globes on the thyroid. So here's the other side of my neck. And I am 38 years old and working on aging gracefully. So just turn it back on again. Look at that, I just got gel on my, this is actually my nice top. Now, this is something you want to use in the morning because it gives a temporary lifting action. So don't do it at night, because then at night you'll just be sleeping while your face is lifted up. You want it for the daytime. So right now it's about 12 in the afternoon. I've been on a weird schedule this Christmas break, but typically I would do this early in the morning with the intention of doing it before I do the drop off for the kids at school. And so you just slightly glide it, and you try to pace yourself so you do it till you get to a point where when it beeps, you're at the end. So one more set. I think I'm losing track because I'm talking and I'm focused on the noise outside and hoping it stays minimal while I'm simultaneously doing the Nuface. All right, and this is 3. Okay, so neck is done. It's lifted for the day. And with continued use, you will get the results will become a little bit more permanent. Think of like when you're lifting weights versus not lifting weights. But you have to keep doing it and you have to maintain it. It's the same thing. So one thing I found is I like to do the gel, target the gel in different areas one at a time. Otherwise, the gel dries pretty quickly. And not only then have you wasted your gel, but you have this whole layer of dried gel on your face. And it's just easier for me to do it section by section. And really give yourself a good amount and make sure you cover all areas, because it's not fun to get those little zings. Okay, so let me turn it on again. And I do want to tell you, I was given this by Skin Store. There's kind of a whole little story behind it, because I had wanted this for quite some time. And they had reached out to me and they wanted to know if they could give me some big skincare package full of products. And I said to them, you know, thank you, but I actually get asked about the Nuface all the time, and I really want to try Nuface myself. Do you think we could do Nuface instead? And they got back and said, sure. So they sent me they let me pick out the one I wanted, which was this one. And they sent it to me, and they also gave me a code that I do not make a commission off of. But if you use the code, you get 25% off the product, which I think is pretty good, because I was searching for it as a consumer. And I do find sales on the Nufaces, but sometimes they're hard to find. So if you can't find anything better than a 25% off code, I do have one. And this isn't like a sponsor. I hate it when I say like when I'm talking. This isn't a sponsored video. This isn't, you know, anything like that. They just literally gave it to me, and I'm making this video for you guys. So I just want to show how amazing this device has been. Okay, I think that was 2. And nothing is hurting on me right now because I have a nice layer of gel on. Okay, that was definitely 3. I'm just trying to look. It's so weird. I'm trying to keep my eyes on you, but looking in the viewfinder, I feel like this, you can kind of see this versus this. Here. Do you see a difference? So time for the other cheek. I hear my son and his friends outside. It's cute. I'm gonna miss them when they go back to school. You know, when my kids are home, I'm like, ugh, sometimes I just want them to go to school. And then when they're in school, I just miss them. It's so ridiculous. So here I go. And this is the third set. Hey, I'm making a YouTube video.
Okay, when you're done with that, can you push them all?
Yep. It's my daughter. She's amazing.
I know. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, hey, I said in real time, and this is also real life. Although, to be fair, if I was doing this, I would most likely be on my bed right now, looking at my phone, scrolling through Instagram and YouTube, writing everyone comments. I always comment back. Was that 3? I can't remember. All right, I'm gonna do one more set just in case. It's not the worst thing to do one extra one. I'm also getting a ton of WhatsApp notifications all of a sudden from the kids' school. I'm wondering if school has been, if they're going back to distance learning. I can't even remember what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. This is, all right, last time. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that that was the right thing. Sorry, it's just, whatever. I did try to film this actually on my DSLR camera, and unfortunately, my microphone battery died. So my husband went to go to 2 stores to get my new microphone battery, and he could not find one. So I'm filming this on my iPhone, and I've just gotten about 20 notifications. So something's up, unless it's just the back to school notifications. You never know. So now I'm gonna do my forehead, and then we'll move into the Ele Attachment. Now, usually if I don't have enough gel on my head at this time, I can actually feel my hair shaking. It's the weirdest thing. And right now, I definitely have some grays coming through, but I actually just pushed my hair appointment back by 2.5 weeks. So I'm gonna be living with those for a little while, and I have to get some more of that spray to cover them up. But I have an event at the end of the month, and I want to have fresh hair for it. So it doesn't make sense for me to get my hair done right now, because I try to keep it to just once every 4 to 6 weeks for budget reasons and time, but mostly budget. Okay, that's about 30 notifications now. What is going on? All right. We got our drill man across the road working on something. I also have a lot of birds on my balcony right now. Okay, so that was 3 by 3. So we'll start it here now. Oh my goodness. If you could only see my WhatsApp. WhatsApp is something that isn't really used so much in America as far as I know. My family all has it because I told them to get it. But in the rest of the world, people use WhatsApp. It's a way to text. It's a texting app. And it's huge everywhere else in the world. And it costs 99 cents, and it's how everyone communicates. So for schools, I'm always on the WhatsApp groups, and my girlfriends and I, my husband, everyone, all we do is WhatsApp each other. So I am now officially done with the globes. And now we're gonna move on to this. This is the Ele attachment. There is also a light attachment, an LED attachment. I don't have it yet, but I will get it, and when I do, I will absolutely create some content. So this is going to help to lift the lip area and the under eyes. And it helps to minimize the mirroring outline. So I just do half at a time. And of course, once again, waiting for that notification. So this is it. So you can imagine when I'm doing this, how I would just be distracting myself with other things. Right now I'm just standing in front of my phone, but typically I'll just lay on the bed. I can sometimes even read. I'm reading a great book right now. It's called Dark Places by Jillian. Can't remember the author's last name. It's right over there. She wrote Gone Girl, and I'm always reading a book. I just finished a Ken Follett book, and it's a historical fiction, but it was so good. He has a whole series called Pillars of the Earth, and this one was a prequel. So I'm just always reading something. So this is number 3. Okay. So now, oh, the marionette line. Let's wait for that beep. There we go. Oh my gosh, the notifications are still coming. Sometimes it's just the women who just are kind of bored, so they're just talking nonstop. I'm actually a little bit famous for exiting out of WhatsApp groups, which is, I guess, considered rude. It is rude, but I just don't have the time, and I don't want to spend my energy and my mental, my mental energy on reading messages of people just writing LOL and haha, or trying to like write something funny. I'm over it. So I'm always exiting out of those groups. Okay. Okay. So now I'll do the other half of my mouth, but it's hard for me to see right now. I have a glare. But typically when I finish, this side is just a little bit more pulled up. It feels different right now too. So just a little bit more of the gel, just about this much. And if I ever do have some left over, because I'm like the queen of saving my stuff, I'll just move it and glide it up to the under eye area or something like that. There's no point in buying more of something like the gel if you don't need to. All right, and so now just the top. I'll wait for the next beep. So also, I should have mentioned this earlier. I'm sure I'll end up putting some sort of sticker or something up on the video, but I don't have any Botox or fillers. And there will be no edits to this video in terms of like filtering, or I don't know, I think there's some sort of app or something you can use where you can make your face look thinner and like more, why did I say like again? There's an app where you can make your face look thinner and your skin more smoothed out. I don't do any of that. I'm just on my iPhone, and I have a ring light right in front of me, and I'm also in front of a window. And I'm doing that because I need light, and my windows are tinted, so it doesn't have as much light coming through. So that's why I have it. But I did get some really nasty comments on my YouTube. Starting last night up until now on a video, this lady who says she's a doctor just went after me. So I, responded, and she kept going and told me that I am fake, I'm like the Kardashians, I filter everything, I have Botox, and actually I don't have Botox and I don't filter. But if I did, who cares? It's not her business. I can still make videos. And there's lots of people that have Botox that make skincare videos, and I find them incredibly educational and inspiring and aspirational. So that means nothing to me. I am kind of thinking about getting Botox because when I smile, I have these like 2 little lines now. I didn't have that for the longest time. That was definitely a gift from 2020. So let's see, do I have enough? I have enough, I think, to go underneath my eye. So let's just keep reusing this. Now, the directions on the Nuface say to go in, which is kind of funny. It's a bit counterintuitive to what I would think. I would think I would go out, but this is what the direction said. So I'm doing it this way. I am going to message them to see. All right, that was a 1. If that's actually the proper way to do it. The lines under my eyes when I smile are my #1 skin concern. I hate them. The problem is that I'm someone that's I smile a lot and I'm always laughing. I'm really funny, my kids are funny, my husband is kind of funny. And so in our house, we just laugh a lot. I've always been like this. So they've done a number on my eyes. But when I'm just, not smiling, I don't have any lines. I think that was 2. I know when I watch this video and I go back through it and be like, yeah, I did it 5 times there. What was I thinking? But you know what? I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to do a few extras. Okay, so now it's the upper eyelid. Let's see, do I have any more? No. And this gel is actually full of humectants like hyaluronic acid, and there's a few others in there. I can't remember which ones, but you can use this as a serum. They've created it to sort of be skincare as well, which is actually quite genius. But at the same time, I hate the way it feels on my skin afterwards. So I just wash it off. And usually I do a double cleanse just to make sure that I really get everything off. And that's just personal preference because I do use so much skincare anyways. I just don't need it. Okay. You know what? I think I'm supposed to be going the other way. I can't remember. And right under that eyebrow. Now, one thing I'm going to start doing as well is micro needling at night. So I will eventually get myself to a point where I'm doing Nuface every morning and micro needling at night. And I'm really hoping this will be a good, my good aging gracefully regimen, because I decided in 2021, going forward in my life, I'm not calling it anti-aging anymore because it's actually such a privilege to age. And I'm just calling it aging gracefully. You know, I'm 38 years old, and on one hand I could say, oh my gosh, I'm 38, I feel old. On the other hand, how many people didn't make it to 38 and wish they could? And it's all relative. I thought when you're 28, you're gonna think you're old if you're comparing yourself to when you were 19. 19, you'll think you're old comparing yourself to when you're 50. It's all relative. I honestly love being 30. I feel like it's a gift. And the older I get, the more I just become myself. And that is one of the best feelings ever, you know. I'm gonna do a whole video on that and sort of becoming your own best friend and what that actually means. But that'll be coming very soon. And if right now you think to yourself, you're not your own best friend, if you have negative self-talk, make sure you listen to that video, because the way you talk to yourself changes everything about your life. It really does. Okay, was this number 3? I can't remember. Ugh. All right, I'm just gonna do one more. I'm assuming this is number 3. Keep in mind, if I've gone over on any of these, just do 3 sets of 3. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Okay. Now it is the 11s, which I have to say, I have a very, very smooth forehead. I'll have a video coming out too on why my forehead is so smooth. It's not Botox. But the 11s, if I go like this, I can start seeing them coming through, which, I mean, naturally, I guess anyone could if they furrow their brow. But in real life and just my day-to-day talking, I do not have the indentations yet. And this is going to help to keep them away. So 3 sets of 3, just going up. And I'm kind of just making this up as I go, because when I saw the picture, I couldn't remember. I think the picture just had it going in one direction, but I'm just gonna kind of hit everything up. And I have seen videos where people sort of come up with their own ways on how to use this device, but I'm just going by what the pamphlet said. So that was 3. And now just this eye. So I will say, when I am doing this just on my own in bed, right now on my video, I'm at the 26-minute mark. I feel like it's a little bit less because I'm not talking, I'm a bit more focused. But usually it's around 25 minutes. You know, in looking behind me, we haven't hung anything up yet in our new home, just that mirror. And I want to add something like right here. I said like again. Why am I doing that today? All right, at the home stretch here. Ooh, this is a long video. Maybe it does take me this long, I just don't notice it. If I had to guess how long it would take me, I would say 15 minutes. So somehow this one's a bit longer. Maybe because I've done the extra the extra rounds. But I mean, it's 5 seconds between each beep, and you have to do each area 3 times. So that's 15 seconds. And then 15 times 3, and then you add up all the different places. But if you think of it this way, if you're just gonna spend half an hour anyways watching TV or on your phone watching a YouTube video or, you know, scrolling on Instagram, whatever it is, I mean, you might as well do this while you're doing it. Multitasking, right? All right, and one more, then I'm done. I like to really push that eyebrow up. Okay. So that's it. That is the entire process. So here's my face now, and I'll just be quiet for a second here. If I could describe how I feel right now, I feel like my whole skin, everything has just been pulled up. I feel like there's just some sort of thing pulling my face up, like it's, you know, counteracting the gravity. So it feels great. And I actually today, which is January 2nd, I'm gonna do this every day for 6 weeks because I did miss the last 2 weeks. I was really spotty with it, and I was annoyed with myself because I wanted to do a full video, or I'm sorry, a video showing what the difference is when you use it every day for X amount of time. 6 weeks from now, I will have a video up, and I will be telling you that I did it every single day since January 2nd, and this is what I am, and I'll show you where my skin is at. So thanks for watching, and if you wanted to watch my first video on the Nuface, I go over a little bit more with the specs of the devices and a little bit more information about how it works. Check it out right here.